Oh yeah. Ooh, oh, and the hook like this. Since you love over the side. Since you love over the side. Mama says I need is a waste of time. Since you love over the side. What up, world? It's your girl, Phoenix Novell, and I am starting a series where I actually teach you how easy it is as a singer, as a songwriter, as a rapper, as a creative artist to create your own music to the ideas that you have in your mind. I have been writing songs for so long. I mean, writing is something that I've been doing since I was just a little girl, and it wasn't until recently that I really started getting serious about making beats. I've had equipment in the past and brought keyboards in the past, but I was never really as dedicated and devoted and into it as I am now, because I'm at that stage in my life where it's like I'm either going to get it or die trying. I'm not interested in just having songwriting as a hobby anymore. It's not something that really moves me like that. It has taken over my life. You know, it is my life. Is what I think about when I wake up, and I don't just want to be somebody who does it on their spare time. I want to actually sell my songs. I want to perform my songs. I want to write with other producers, write to other producers' music, collaborate. And I want to show people how easy it is, you know, to do it yourself, so that you're not in this mindset of analysis paralysis, that you can't actually get this done on a very small budget. So really quickly, you know, these speakers up here, these are really good quality KRKs. I hardly ever use them because I'm mostly in my, you know, using my headphones to create music and to do light mixes for myself. I am not a professional engineer, not at all. So I don't even want to give you that impression. But I'm just going to show you a couple pieces that I have, you know, so that you understand how you can do this yourself. I'm using Logic Pro. Logic Pro is a DAW. It's a digital audio workstation. So you're basically you have tons of sounds in there already. They're factory sounds. You don't have to start with buying plugins and all these other packages. Now, some of you songwriters and singers out there have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm using an Apple Mac computer. GarageBand comes with this. GarageBand has sounds on it already, so you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on more equipment on top of this expensive-ass computer that you just bought. I also produce on my laptop. I produce on my iMac. I produce on my iPad. I produce on all of my Apple products. And I just basically use a MIDI keyboard or MIDI controller, which is this little pretty thing right here that a friend gave me, which was really cool because I didn't have to spend any money on it. And I access all the sounds that's in this software, Logic Pro, and I use it through the MIDI controller. This is basically like a styrofoam. It kind of helps you when you're recording audio. So it helps you kind of like create a little bit of a booth kind of sounding if you don't have a closet or somewhere that you can record in your home that's really like isolated, so that you can, you know, try to keep out as much sound as possible. So I have this. Wasn't too expensive either. I think I got this from somebody as well. But if I didn't have it, I wouldn't have it. You don't need to have this. You just need to find an isolated space so that you can actually be somewhere where you can control your, you know, the outside noise. But it's kind of good to have some kind of covering around you. But you don't need to be in a, you know, $1,000 booth setup. That's not something you have to have. This is a blue USB microphone. You can see that mine is a little rusty. It's kind of old, but I've had this now for like 5 years, maybe longer. And if I'm not mistaken, it cost me like $250, maybe less. But I use this for everything. I do a lot of projects on Fiverr where people, call me up to do, to write and record to their original music, do choruses, rap or whatever. And I use this little bad boy right here. I don't even need one of those shock mounts to kind of like help me, like a filter, pop filter. I don't even need one of those things. This is a beauty, and I travel with it when I go and do gigs overseas, perform. And it's my baby, and it didn't cost me $500. Now, one thing that I have to confess. Now, again, if you're not a producer like already, and you just kind of want to learn how to lay the foundation, put some drums down, learn how to play a few chords or whatever for your original music, then this next part I'm going to say is not really for you. But when you do get to that place, I guess you could use this. I ask every producer that I know, can I have some sounds? Can you give me some of your sounds? Can I please have some sounds? And a lot of the sounds are just like, they're like drums or little percussions. It's not something that they're afraid to share most of the time. Okay, if they paid a whole lot of money for something, they might be like, I don't want anybody else taking my sounds. But like generally speaking, like every time I've asked a producer for their sounds, nobody's ever said, no, Phoenix, you can't have my sounds. So get as much sounds as you can, because you might get tired of using the factory instruments. Once you do get more comfortable with producing and making your own beats, it may get to the point where you're just like, this ain't enough, I want to expand. And these are a lot of outdated sounds, and unless you know how to work the effects, the sounds are not as like the drums, the kicks, they don't boom as much as when you actually have plugins and stuff from other people. So once again, it's your girl Phoenix Novell, just kind of giving you a rundown of the basics of what I use when I produce. I'm not A level yet. I'm not there, but I've been writing songs for such a long time. I'm at that point now where it's like I'm tired of waiting for people to collaborate with. I want to actually be able to do something so that when I do meet somebody I want to vibe with, I'm not like, all right, give me what you got. I can also share what I have. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this. I have included some links below of some of the equipment that I have so that you can check it out for yourself. Happy creating. Peace.